Hello again, people. I don't know who I'm recording to at this point, but hello. I'm I've recorded this. This is a second take. I don't really take much planning, and I should have because I realized as soon as I was finished recording and I preview the footage, it was only showing 1/4 of the monitor, and I'm pretty sure that's probably not the best. So I'm here to record again. And now I can show you what I actually mean. So in here we have two things. Well, we have five things. First, we have an atlas, type atlas, or basically we have a monoscript that we assign it. That is the extra weapon data. Reason why I did this because I didn't want to make another copy of a scriptable object, so I can reference that as a base standard, and instead I'll make a new scriptable object without needing a reference, right? But the thing is, it needs a specific type. So I did this, and also doing this allows me to have multiple like this, so I can reference one specific item. I have default, so in case if there isn't a specific type that someone adds isn't here, it'll go to the default. And I'm in an item library, which is almost exactly the same as a type atlas, except it only accepts one type for one specific collection. And for a library, just like a library, you can get specific books in a row. That's basically how it works. You get specific items from a row. And in here, I can show you working in action, where an item holder has a specific a tag of an ID and a type. And this is going to be type miscellaneous, and in here it'll be ID of 0. I'll go here to miscellaneous. 0 is going to be that one. And as soon as I go here, we'll click it. It's all loaded here. Now we're going to go one item up. It's going to be the second item in the list. Okay, there we go, 1. We click it. Then we got MISC1, which is actually the second one right here, as you can see right there. And with the atlas, it can also get the extra data into the folders. Thing is, for collections, as it adds the extra data, it goes from the asset path. So it starts at assets, you just add on from scripts. So you don't need to worry about putting assets and then the rest. You just need to worry about the rest. I just got rid of one directory, needing to put one directory. It's not the smartest, I'm pretty sure, but it works for me at the very least. And when I set serial numbers, it'll count each and every single item in the list for each, and I'll put them from their position in the list. That's how this one goes here. So if I were to put this up here, and that was to set serial numbers, so MISC1 has a serial number of 1. Believe it or not, crazy, ain't it? So if I were to go to MISC collection and set serial numbers, now let's check MISC1. It's now 0 because it's on the top of the list. Now we're to do that again. Miscellaneous collection. Move this one down. Set serial numbers, and you won't believe it, it goes back to 1. I know, very insane, very crazy, very crazy. Now we have I had a small dilemma. I tried to save the base of an item. Problem is, it saves a sprite too, which I don't know if you know, but it saves the instance ID, not the actual sprite. And the problem is, I'm supposed to save the base data into a save file, and I can't save a sprite. But then I realized that, hey, I only need to save the base data. Well, rather, a reference to the base data. And the references come from the items, which is why I made a library. in which I can get the reference data by just saving the ID and the item type. But then I also remembered that if I also want people to upgrade their base stats, what would they do? Well, they'll make an override item base data, in which it will override these specific ones without messing with the sprite. So then it can load the base data and then check if there's an override item base data, in which if there is, then it will be overridden. So it will no longer have to make extra scriptable objects for differences in the data, unless I want to change the sprite. I don't know if I want to do that, because it just seems kind of pointless. So I won't do that. I won't make it so you can change the sprite. It's probably not the best either way. But yeah, in here I can make it so it can be so it can override a base data. There's item.base. Alright, you got the base right here. And we'll have a new base right here. And we'll look at that base data. Yeah. Basically, this will be returned. Yeah. I think I forgot the. No, I didn't. All right. Yeah. As I said, it'll turn to base data and overwrite it, and just right here. I don't know if I can override a class, but I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather just return this, because it's not gonna affect the scriptable object. Yeah, and this will be this is all public, so it can be messed around. I know some people say don't make every single thing public. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. As long as it works, I guess it could work. But yeah, the item holders right here. It's a test, which I showed you earlier. And this is the total data. You'll probably save this. There'll probably be more or less. It depends. The extra data is basically current data, so see how many usages, current value, and yeah, I really don't know what else I can do other than that. I could try to make it so people can make their own sprites, but that's like a dumb idea, well, at least to me, because I'm not that smart as programmer. I don't even think I'm an intermediate programmer, probably beginner programmer. I also did something else. So the thing is, these things, they only hold a reference to they don't hold a reference to an extra data. What they rather do is they hold how do I call it? They don't hold a reference to extra data. They just hold a reference to an int and floats, or rather, what the extra data should have. But the thing is, you have to return the extra data, not the scriptable object, which is I don't know if you know, but it's like probably not the smartest thing I should do. So I made it return an extra data, and because it all derives from the original item, it has a virtual one, so the previous ones could overwrite it to what they inherited. And the craziest part that the parent could hold a reference to an inherited. You know what I mean? It can hold to an inherited class, which is crazy when I found out. It's not gonna hold data without having to reference each and every type and check what it is. So I could just hold a reference to the parent of the original, and if it's an inherited, it'll probably save that data. I'm hoping. I haven't tested it out yet, but I'll find out soon, I guess. I'll find out soon. I think that's all I had to show you, I think. Because I haven't really updated it much. I haven't worked on this for like 2 or 3 weeks because I wanted to make another game called Full Time Crafter, which is basically gonna be a tycoon of you just crafting using the inventory system. But then I realized I was just making a watered down version of what Cliff Masters would have been, or would be, at least. I haven't given up on this project yet. I'm hoping I don't give up yet. But yeah, Full Time Crafter was gonna be like a tycoon game where you get like different types of benches. It would have been like a base building game along with a tycoon game. Basically, we'd get a bunch of benches and place it down on a tile, you know. And that's the problem, tiles. I'm not good at tile maps. But basically, you would place them down and you would sell them to like these robots and things, you know. And yeah. Then I realized that the concept would go nowhere because the play value would go as much as well, the replay value wouldn't be that much because if you start from zero and there's like the ending, what's the point of playing it when you already reached the ending when there's no more other stations to unlock? Like, what would you do with the items? And then I realized you could just make an adventure, but then I realized I'm basically making a watered down version of what I wanted Cliff Masters to be. We're in an adventure game, which also has you use a variety of tools, so you don't have to rely on one weapon. I don't know. I hope it goes somewhere with this. Hope I don't shelve it. You know?